Nilesoft Shell. Right-click on your desktop and you meet the single most hated design decision in Windows 11. A short menu appears, missing the option you want. So you click Show More Options, and it opens a second, older menu that has it. 2 menus, 2 clicks, to do the thing you have done in 1 click since 1995. Nilesoft Shell deletes that problem. It replaces your right-click menu with one single, fast, modern menu that has everything in it. And then it goes further. You can add your own shortcuts, group things into submenus, add icons, and even change the colors and the blur. It is free, open source, and remarkably fast because it lives inside the shell instead of sitting on top of it. The honest catch is that deeper customization happens in a small config file, not a settings window. But even untouched, it already fixes the double menu. Files. File Explorer is the app you open the most, and the app Microsoft has modernized the least. It still hides a ribbon toolbar from 2007, and dialog boxes older than most of the people watching this. Files is the replacement, and it is what File Explorer should have been all along. It is built on Microsoft's own newest design framework, so it looks more like a Windows 11 app than Windows 11 does. You get proper tabs, a dual-pane view for dragging files between folders, color tags, and a command palette to jump anywhere instantly. It is open source with over 40,000 stars on GitHub and hundreds of people building it. Now the catch, and it is a lovely one. On the Microsoft Store, files cost about $8 once, but from the official website, the exact same app is completely free. That $8 is not a paywall, it is a tip jar. QuickLook. Here's a feature Mac users have had for 15 years and Windows users have quietly envied the entire time. On a Mac, you click a file, tap the spacebar, and the file just appears. No app opening, no loading, no waiting. QuickLook brings that exact trick to Windows, and it is free and open source. Select an image, a PDF, a video, a text file, press space, and a clean preview pops up instantly. Press space again, and it is gone. It sounds small, but when you are hunting through 40 screenshots for the right one, it turns 5 minutes of clicking into 15 seconds. Microsoft copied this later in a tool called Peek, but QuickLook came first. It uses the same key as the Mac, and it simply feels better. Fluent Search. Windows search is, and I say this with love, a national embarrassment. You type the name of a file you know exists, it thinks about it, and then it shows you a web result for Bing. Fluent Search replaces it, and the story behind it is delicious. It was built by an engineer who works at Microsoft. He built in his own time the search tool that Microsoft itself never managed to ship. You press a shortcut, type, and results appear as you type. Files, apps, settings, and here's the clever part, your open browser tabs. 40 tabs open in Chrome? Type 3 letters and it jumps straight to the right one. It can even search the text on your screen. The core app is free, everything stays on your machine, and a few advanced extras sit behind an optional payment. FluentFlyout. Now, the first of the 2 dead apps I promised to warn you about. When you press the volume key, Windows shows a small pop-up called a flyout. It is ugly, and it has barely changed in a decade. For years, the fix was an app called Modern Flyouts, and you will still see it recommended everywhere. The problem? Its code repository is now marked archived. The project stopped. Nobody is fixing it anymore. The living replacement is FluentFlyout. It is free, open source, and actively updated right now. It gives you a beautiful modern flyout with the album art, the song title, and real media controls, all with the same blur as the rest of Windows 11. There is even an Up Next pop-up and a media widget for your taskbar. The full version is free from its code page, and the store version has a small optional fee. EarTrumpet. Click the volume icon in Windows and you get one slider. 1. For your entire computer, which is useless the second you have a video playing, music in another tab, and a call about to start. EarTrumpet replaces that single slider with a proper mixer, right in your taskbar. One volume slider for every single app. Turn the game down without touching the music. Mute one browser tab and nothing else. You can even send one app to your headphones while everything else keeps playing through your speakers. It is free, open source, and it looks so much like a Microsoft app that most people assume it is one. Twinkle Tray. And here is the second dead app, and this one catches almost everybody. If you use a desktop PC, you know the pain. A laptop changes screen brightness with a key. A desktop monitor cannot. So you poke at the horrible little physical buttons on the monitor itself, navigating a menu designed by someone who hates you. For years, the classic answer was a tool called Click Monitor DDC, but its developer abandoned it, and the original website is simply gone. Twinkle Tray is the living answer. It is free, open source, and it puts a brightness slider for every monitor right in your taskbar. Click, drag, done. Multiple monitors each get their own slider, and it can dim automatically at sunset, which is lovely for tired eyes. It talks to your monitor over a standard the monitor already supports, so most modern displays just work straight away. Auto dark mode? Windows has a beautiful dark mode. It also has exactly zero ability to turn it on by itself. So every night, millions of people get blinded by a white settings window, then go digging into menus to flip the switch by hand. Auto dark mode is the fix, and it is free and open source. It switches windows between light and dark automatically, based on the real sunrise and sunset where you actually live. And it does not stop at the system. It can swap your wallpaper too, so your whole desktop changes mood with the day. You set it once and never think about it again, which is exactly what a good utility should be. Fluent Weather. The weather widget in Windows lives in a corner you did not ask for, next to news headlines you did not want. Fluent Weather is the clean answer. It is a simple, beautiful weather app and nothing else. No newsfeed, no sponsored stories, no little advert, dressed up as an article about a celebrity. Just your forecast, your hourly temperature, sunrise and sunset, laid out in Microsoft's own design language. It looks like the weather app Windows should have shipped with, and it is completely free from the store. It is a small thing, but a small, quiet app that respects your attention is a rare thing in 2026. ImageGlass. The Windows Photos app has, at various points, managed to make opening a JPEG feel slow. On a modern computer, in this century, ImageGlass is the replacement and the difference is immediate. You double-click a photo and it is just there. Instantly. It is free, open source, and it has been quietly perfected over more than 15 years. It opens the formats photos chokes on, modern web images, raw camera files, even animated ones, all without complaint. It has a clean modern interface, a proper dark theme, and it lets you flick through a whole folder as fast as you can press the arrow key. For anyone who deals with lots of images, this one app alone justifies the whole video. Screenbox. Windows Media Player still exists, and every time you open it, you can feel the years. Most people give up and install VLC, which plays absolutely everything, but looks like it was designed in a bunker in 2002. Screenbox is the answer to that exact problem. It is a media player that plays everything and is genuinely beautiful. Here is the trick. It uses the same powerful engine that VLC uses underneath, so the format support is enormous. But it wraps that engine in a modern Windows 11 interface. Blur, rounded corners, a proper library, and gesture support. It is free, open source, and on the Microsoft Store. It is VLC's power with a face you actually want to look at. Nora. If Screenbox fixed video, this one fixes music. And it might be the prettiest app on the entire list. Nora is a music player for the songs you actually own. The files sitting on your hard drive that Spotify cannot touch. And instead of the gray, ugly players we have suffered for years, Nora is soft, rounded, and quietly gorgeous. It organizes your library by artist and album, pulls in lyrics, and even builds playlists based on what you actually listen to. It was built by a single developer in Sri Lanka who simply wanted a beautiful player and could not find one. It is free, open source, and it is the kind of app that makes you want to go back and listen to your old music collection again. NanaZip? Everyone knows 7-Zip. It has been the free king of compression for 20 years, and it still works perfectly. It also looks like it was designed in 2001. Because it was. NanaZip is 7-zip in modern clothes. It is built from the original code, then rebuilt to look and behave like a Windows 11 app. Same rock-solid compression, same enormous list of formats, but with a real dark mode and clean, modern dialogues. Best of all, it plugs straight into the new Windows 11 right-click menu, so zipping a folder no longer drags you back to 2001. It is free, open source, and it sits on the Microsoft Store, so it updates itself quietly in the background. PDFgear. Opening a PDF on Windows usually ends one of two ways. Either it opens in your browser with almost no tools, or you install Adobe, which wants an account, a subscription, and roughly half your hard drive. PDFgear is the third option, and it is completely free. Not a trial. Free. You can edit the text inside a PDF, sign documents, merge and split files, convert them, and fill in forms. These are the exact features Adobe charges a monthly fee for, and PDFgear hands them over with no account required. The honest catch, and it is worth saying. Unlike most apps on this list, PDFgear is not open source, so nobody outside the company can inspect its code. For everyday documents, it is superb. For anything highly confidential, that is worth keeping in mind. OnlyOffice. Microsoft Office now costs a subscription forever, and the free web version quietly removes half the features. Most people are told to use LibreOffice, which is genuinely powerful and looks like it fell out of a time machine. OnlyOffice is the modern free alternative, and its killer feature is one thing. It actually looks like Office. The ribbon is where you expect. The buttons are where you expect. If you can use Word, you can use this with no learning curve at all. More importantly, it handles Microsoft's own file formats properly. Your documents open the way they should, without the layout falling apart. Documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. All free, all open source, and no subscription ever. Obsidian. Notepad now has an artificial intelligence button in it, and Microsoft has started asking for a subscription to use it. A subscription. For Notepad. So let us fix note-taking properly. Obsidian is free for personal use, and its core idea is beautifully simple. Your notes are just plain text files on your own computer. No cloud unless you want one. No account. No company that can go bankrupt and take your writing with it. And then it does something clever. You can link one note to another, and it draws you a map of how all your ideas connect. If Obsidian feels like too much, LogSec and Zettler do the same job, both free and open source. But all three share the same promise. Your words stay yours, which is more than Notepad can say now. KeePassXC. Windows has no real password manager, so most people use their browser, or worse, a notebook by the keyboard. KeePassXC is the free open source answer, and its philosophy is different from every paid service. Your passwords are stored in one encrypted file on your own computer, not on a company's servers waiting to be breached. And that matters because the big cloud password companies have been breached more than once. It generates strong passwords, fills them in your browser, and it is completely free forever, with no premium tier at all. The trade is that you are responsible for the file. Back it up, because if you lose it, no support team on Earth can get it back. LocalSend. Sending a file from your phone to your PC should be simple. Instead, most of us email it to ourselves, like it is 2009. LocalSend is AirDrop for everything. Free, open source, and it works between Windows, Android, iPhone, Mac, and Linux. You open it on both devices, they see each other, you tap, and the file is there. That is the whole experience. And here's the part that matters. The file never leaves your home. It travels over your own Wi-Fi, directly, device to device. No cloud, no account, no upload to a server in another country just to move a photo 2 meters. It is fast, it is private, and once it is set up, you will never email yourself a file again. Ambie. This one is not fixing a broken Windows feature. It is adding something Windows never had, and it is quietly wonderful. Ambie plays background sounds, rain on a window, a crackling fire, a distant coffee shop, waves, wind, a thunderstorm. You mix them together like a little soundboard until the room sounds the way you want it to. It sounds like a gimmick right up until the first time you try to concentrate with it on and realize how much quieter your head gets. There is a focus timer built in, and it is designed in perfect Windows 11 style, so it feels like part of the system. The core app is free and open source with a small optional payment for extra sounds. It is the calmest app in this video. Filelight. Your hard drive is full. Windows tells you this, then offers you almost no way to find out why. So you go clicking through folder after folder, checking sizes by hand, like an archaeologist with a spoon. Filelight turns that into a picture. It scans your drive and draws the whole thing as a set of colored rings. The bigger the ring, the bigger the folder. So the thing eating your disk is simply the biggest shape on the screen. You cannot miss it. You click into a ring to go deeper and keep clicking until you find that forgotten 60 gigabyte folder from a game you uninstalled 2 years ago. It is free, open source, and on the Microsoft Store. Every time I run it, I get gigabytes back. So that is 20 apps. And put together, they do something quite remarkable. A modern file manager, a real search, a beautiful photo viewer, a music player, an office suite, a PDF editor, and a password vault. Every default app replaced. Every ugly corner cleaned. Not one subscription and not one advert. But do not install all 20 today. That is the mistake everybody makes. And then something misbehaves, and you have no idea which app did it. Start with 3. Files because you open it constantly. ImageGlass because opening a photo should be instant. And Fluent Search because Windows Search is beyond saving. Live with those for a week, then add the next. Add them slowly, and you will always know what changed. And remember the lesson from those 2 dead apps. Before you install anything, check that somebody is still maintaining it. An abandoned app does not just stop getting features, it stops getting security fixes, and that is when free becomes expensive. Microsoft built the house. It just never finished the rooms. Today, you finish them yourself and it costs you nothing.